Hello. Many of you have asked some great questions. I would like to try and answer them. Today we will start with the question, is the OP-1 a great synth for an absolute beginner? The answer is yes. No, I don't know, maybe. The truth is, as a computer, I can do pretty much everything the OP-1 can do, and better. Take synthesis, for example, of which there are many kinds. My CPU can simulate them all, and there are many free VST or audio unit plugins that cover virtually every synthesis type imaginable. The OP-1 has synthesizer engines that cover many of these synthesis types, but not in a traditional way. As a beginner, you may benefit from learning these types of synthesis with more traditional representations. That said, the OP-1 synthesizer engines are very intuitive and fun to use. Sampling is another thing I'm very good at. Using digital audio workstation software such as Ableton, Logic, or FL Studio, I can record and play back complex samples at any rate with minimal artifacts. I can be an orchestra, a guitar, a choir, or Gary Newman. Anything really. The OP-1 has a sampler, and you can import and capture samples from external sources. You can even sample the radio with a built-in tuner. Sampling is one of the main things that keeps the OP-1 inspiring and fresh. That said, the sampler on the OP-1 is very limited compared to a computer, and if you like working with audio files at different tempos, you will need to prepare your samples carefully before import. Sequencing may be the one area where I, a computer, shine the most. There are many ways to sequence audio in MIDI, and I can do it all. You can use me to non-destructively sequence your synthesizer's audio and samples with perfect recall so you never lose your sequences, and the complexity of sequencing I am able to perform is, if I do say so myself, quite impressive. The OP-1 has a variety of sequencers, and many of them are fun and easy to use. That said, there is no multi-track MIDI sequencing or piano roll editing. If you want to record the sequence, you commit it to the OP-1's tape as audio, not MIDI. If you make a mistake or want to make changes, you will need to erase and try again. As a beginner, you may find these limitations frustrating as you start to make your own songs. The OP-1 has a variety of effects that can be applied to individual instruments or to the master output. These effects can be used in creative ways to make interesting sounds, but many find them limiting, especially the reverb. As a computer, I am able to process audio in almost limitless ways, and many of these effects are free to use in your DAW. If you want to make tracks that sound like what you hear on the radio, or from your favorite DJs, you will need to process your tracks with effects not found in the OP-1. In summation, as a beginner, you should ask yourself what you want to achieve. There are many tools to make music, and whichever one you love using is the best one. Go forth, be happy, and experiment. Just don't forget. RED means recording.